DeadEye isn't just another class. It's a statement. As an Ascension class, DeadEye was forged complete from day one, released with both pre-awakened and awakened kits fully unlocked. No succession, no waiting, just raw, refined power straight out of the gate. DeadEye's playstyle is fast, tactical, and relentlessly aggressive. Built for players who thrive on movement, precision, and high-risk, high-reward combat, DeadEye is always in motion, dancing through the battlefield with dynamic abilities that punish poor positioning and set up devastating combos. While she lacks in heavy defenses and also lacks in super armor trading, she more than makes up for it with unmatched mobility, explosive burst damage, and elite kiting potential, making her a nightmare to pin down and a constant threat that you can't ignore. And when it comes to PvE, DeadEye dominates. Shred through monster packs at breakneck speeds with clean, efficient grinding that's second to none. No frills, no gimmicks, just everything you need to take over the battlefield. DeadEye was built different, and let me show you why. DeadEye. That's all that we've heard about for the past month, 2 months since this class came out. And since the nerfs, no one's really talking about it anymore. But I'm here to tell you that this class is still one of the top classes in the game for PvP. Now, over this past week, I've taken a big deep dive into this class to figure out how to get the best out of it since the nerfs. And in my opinion, now, because I was one of the first people to say it, I thought that the class was done for. I thought that it was really bad, but those nerfs just so happen to be buffs. And in this, I'm about to show you why that's the case. So, DeadEye is a very dynamic tactical class, and with the recent changes that have happened to the class has made it that way. Before, the way that the class worked is a lot of the class was really predicated off of running gun spam until you got the knockback. Once you get the knockback, you go in with Gunslinger's Entrance with more knockback spam, and then you get the KD. It was really overpowered, and there really wasn't much skill to it. Now, they've added a couple different really dynamic stuns into the kit that make the class very dynamic and give it that tactical advantage in PvP. The first skill that they've given us is going to be Max Pain. Max Pain is an iframe super armor that also has a stun on it now. Now, this skill allows us to not only iframe around people, get out of situations when we're in a pinch. Let's say, for example, a warrior's running at us, he's about to grab us, we can just iframe out of the way. But if you notice, if you iframe up close, those bullets don't actually hit the opponent. Now, you might be like, well, Slushy, that move is really bad. Well, this is where that tactical advantage comes in. If someone is running at me, all that I need to do is move around this character. As I'm moving to the right, all that I need to do is turn my reticle so that it is on this person's back as I move to the right or to the left. What it's going to do is it's going to take that bullet that I'm shooting and have it wrap around the enemy's frontal guard and hit them in the back. So very similar to this. So this skill that you might think might not be that great, you come to find out has a lot of different varieties of uses in different situations in PvP. Not only can you get around people's forward guards by curving the bullet and going around them, but you can also use it as a skill to get away from people. So let's say I'm about to get grabbed or someone's chasing me and I need to move backwards. I can move backwards. If I get that quick stun, I can go in with my Rebomb skill, being Final Draw, to get the knockdown off of that. You also have the ability to hold in Max Pain while going backwards. And for those of you who don't know, it takes you back an extra distance. If you do the extra distance when you move back, just know there's no way to cancel that. So if you get the stun, by the time you're back here and you get out of it, there's no way to actually get that stun or KD that you need to get after it. So, talked about Max Pain and how amazing that skill is. Now let's talk about Mayhem. Mayhem is another skill, and this adds an entire new tactical advantage to your tool belt. Now, with Mayhem, the way that this works is that there's stuns on the first hit as well as the last hit. Now, the way that it works is if I were to use Mayhem and I go through someone like this, since this is a dummy, it will stun, but if it was a real person, the only way that last hit of Mayhem would stun the enemy is if my reticle is on their back. Very similar to if I use Max Pain, the only way it will stun them in the back is if I have the reticle on the back. So what you would do with Mayhem is if this guy was blocking, you would go through them, turn your reticle so the reticle hits them in the back on the last hit, so that way you're getting the stun through the frontal guard. Now, a lot of people might be like, well, that skill's okay, but I'm still in close-up range, a range class, mid-range class, and now I'm using a skill where I have to be up close. But here's the thing, and here's what makes the class so amazing. If you take a really deep dive look into the kit and the class as a whole, it really starts speaking to you about all the different things that it can do and what makes it so dynamic. Let's take a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly being a passive of DeadEye. If we look at revolvers, using switch and load after certain skills will reset the cooldown of the last skill used. This works with Sunset Piercer, Bullet Storm, Mayhem, Running Gun, Suppressing Fire, Perfect Storm, and Dust Devil Kaboom. So, those of you already know of the Running Gun spam that we used to be able to have. Well, now we can do Mayhem spam. So if we get close to someone, we can Mayhem, and then we can use our switch and load, and then Mayhem again. So we can do things like this. Now you have 4 chances to stun, not just 2. Amazing, amazing, amazing utility in the DeadEye kit, and I will show you a perfect example of using that here. Now that you see how OP that skill can be, Mayhem, let's talk about the other options you have to get knockdowns now. You have Final Draw, which is your bomb skill, Shift X. You do have to unlock that up here in the skill enhancement tab. You have your Sidewinder into your right mouse button shotgun for a knockdown shotgun attack. It is super armor on the first beginning of the shot, and then the rest of it is unprotected, so you can easily get CC'd out of it. But it's really, really good to combo off of certain skills. Something like that. You also have the ability to be able to use your rockets. So your rockets are another really, really good utility whenever people are chasing you. What you can do is you can back up, get some distance, running gun away. They're like over there. Try to get like a rocket shot. If it lands, okay, go in with something. But you do have a lot of chances to get your rockets off in PvP while you are fighting. Last and not least, the reason that makes DeadEye so OP and so good is going to be its movement. It's untouchable in PvP. If I'm getting chased right now and I need to get away, I can iframe over here, jump up on this tent, go to my rocket down, get a knockdown on the person, go in, do another knockdown, and then, you know, do my combo or whatever I need to do. Just the ability to kite and get out of places so quick and so easily that you wouldn't be able to do on other classes makes the class so amazing and just so unbelievably OP for different environmental situations, whether you're fighting an RBF and you're getting chased, or you're fighting in a node war and you're on the top of a mountain. DeadEye is still a very, 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 very strong class in PvP, and I highly, highly, highly recommend taking advantage of all the new things that they've added to it with these stuns, and also the ability to not be locked into your evasive maneuver iframe anymore at the end of it. With all that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be coming out with a complete DeadEye guide in the future, probably within the next week. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Till next time, it's been your boy Slushy. Peace.